The path you fear is the one you need. Motivational story. He stood at the edge of the alley, shivering, tired, and barefoot. People walked past him without a glance. Some muttered things under their breath. Others dropped coins into a coffee cup he didn't ask for. He didn't move. He just stared down that dark, narrow alley like it had whispered something only he could hear. The sun was setting behind the city skyline. Lights blinked on in the glass towers above. Offices where he once held meetings, made decisions worth millions, and signed deals that shook hands in private rooms. But now, the man with empty pockets was just another shadow. No one knew that 10 years earlier, he was predicted to be the next tech giant. He had founded a startup that promised to revolutionize disaster response using real-time satellite data. Everyone praised his genius. Until one day, a data breach destroyed it all. Investors fled. Partners blamed him. Lawsuits followed. He lost the company. Then the house. Then, in a cruel twist, his family distanced themselves to protect their own reputations. In less than a year, he was homeless. But what broke him wasn't the fall. It was the fear that maybe everyone was right. That maybe he was the failure they claimed. For a while, he ran. From the headlines. From the people. From himself. Until he landed here, in the forgotten part of the city, where success stories never visit. A place full of tents, tarps, and silence. Yet this alley, this cold, grim alley, held something different. Each night, he saw a woman light a fire barrel at the far end. People gathered around her. They listened, not to her words, but to her presence. She didn't preach. She simply sat. And somehow, people left lighter than they arrived. Curious, he approached one evening. She looked at him, eyes tired but kind. "You've been walking in circles," she said. "You keep choosing the road that feels safe. But the one you're scared of, that's the one that will take you back to yourself." He scoffed at first, but her words clung to him like fog. That night, he couldn't sleep, not because of the cold, but because she was right. He had been applying for jobs far beneath his skills, trying to blend in, to avoid risk. He hadn't written a single line of code since the breach. The fear of failure had made him invisible, even to himself. But something shifted. He pulled out a cracked tablet someone had thrown away. Spent nights fixing it with scavenged parts. Then, under the cover of night, he started coding again. Not for profit. For purpose. He designed a system that tracked resources, food, shelter, medicine, across the unhoused population. It used offline mesh networks, powered by small solar patches. A digital lifeline for those ignored by society. He called it Pathway. No one knew who made it. But suddenly, shelters began running smoother. Food waste dropped. Medical emergencies got flagged faster. Other cities took notice. NGOs began searching for the creator behind the system. He never stepped forward. Until one evening, a group of officials arrived at the alley. Not with force, but with a plaque. In honor of the anonymous soul who built a bridge where others built walls. That night, the fire barrel woman nodded at him. "So," she said, "you took the path you feared." He didn't respond, just smiled. But the story didn't stop there. A well-known philanthropist, a former CEO who had once mocked his ideas publicly, released a documentary titled Code in the Shadows. It traced the sudden impact of Pathway. After months of anonymous investigation, they discovered the identity of the man behind it. And the world watched in shock as the man once branded a fraud was revealed to be the silent hero of the homeless network. Suddenly, interviews were requested. Book deals. Offers to lead nonprofits. But he declined them all. He simply said, "Let the code speak. I'm just following the map I should have trusted all along." Now, every year, on the date of his original company's collapse, he returns to that alley. Not as a failure. Not as a millionaire. But as a man who faced the one road he feared the most, and found a part of himself the world couldn't destroy. Because sometimes, the path you fear isn't darkness. It's the truth trying to pull you home.